Hold on. First check. I don't know how much media we got out here, but this is a request I'm putting out in front of y'all and God and everybody. Please do not twist this picture into some bullshit. Please mind your manners. Like, please act like we came together in unity like this is. Don't say that, oh, this is Mike Dunn trying to, ease over on us, or we're trying to ease over. This is unity.
Yeah, we the people.
Comfortability and change is not going to come easy. Yeah. It comes like this. So, again, we've asked that we don't twist these into nonsense. We got another group coming up here. We're waiting on them real quick. But please don't twist it. This is unity. Nothing more, nothing less. We're standing together on the Second Amendment right. I don't know if everybody's familiar with India Kager, Virginia B story. You may or may not want to say it was a no-knock warrant. The SWAT team could have did a lot better job of executing that warrant than killing a mother and a father, even though he had warrants, with a child in the back seat. You want to speak on your story, brother?
Navy veteran, yes, that part.
At the same time, it's just like in Maryland. My personal buddy Duncan Limp, 21 years old, they served a no-knock search warrant because he got red flagged for supposedly having a firearm he shouldn't have, and they murdered him and wounded his pregnant girlfriend as well while he was sleeping at his parents' house. So this is an issue all across the board, and something we need to be done with. We need to be done with no-knock search warrants. We need to be done with red flags. We're not with that.
Amen.
All right, we want to get that.
Anybody else have a story to share? You want to take a picture of it and share stories?
I love all of you.
Oh, we love you too. Goddamn right. Another thing people should take notice of is armed protesters are never bothered. Notice how far back the police are. You don't even think that they existed.
They don't like it.
Oh man.
Hi.
Oh.
Hey, and armed minorities harder to oppress.
There we go.
Armed minorities hard to oppress.
That's right, yep.
Once again, just our ass. Do not twist this headline. This is unity. UNITY.
Come on up in the picture.
I don't think they know what that means.
Forget it? No.
You want to keep your gun if you live in Virginia. Come on.
We can do a 1, 2, 3 or have a goes it.
Hey, y'all coming, brother? Come on.
No. I was waiting for the.
Oh yeah. No, they was just taking pictures for presents.
Oh, we're not doing speeches yet, right?
Nah, I'm trying to wait for the Panthers. They'll be here in 14 minutes. Well,
Panthers on their way.
woo.
Definitely want to talk
What are we
about
looking at? I don't know. What
everywhere it look like.
Everybody seen? 1, 2, 3. All right, count 3. Everybody let one off in the air. No, just just joshing, y'all.
Flowers.
That kid. So again, media, we holding y'all responsible to tell the truth, man.
We count on it.
He's a good guy. News to share is great.
They's out here doing stuff, unifying and whatnot. Only thing we're missing is hot dogs and you make me happy. Yes, you can dance.
We can get off the line dance now. Come on now.
We about to get that speaker hooked up.
We can slide now. We can get some sliding in church.
Never be out there.
Power to all the people. Power to all the people.
All power to all the people.
All of us.
I think we should make this first annual. It is what it is. Right? Rain, sleet, or snow, we're going to have ponchos and tents. Lobby Day would be a big day in the winter. This would be a big day in August. Whenever y'all done, we all ready.
It's perfect weather for it. But today, I'd much rather be this than 4th of July. It was like 100
It was
degrees
hot
out
as a
here.
bitch.
I had on all black.
So again, we're just waiting on a few more. We're going to start. We can start anyway. That's where we originally had planned on doing it, right under the little thing. But we can do it anywhere.
If you do it from there, it gives the crowd something to look up to so they can see you.
They're not going to let you stand up there because somebody fell off of it.
before.
Well, we did last time. They didn't
We've
stop.
got
they did?
water,
Yeah.
Gatorade, and
Last time
snacks
they
over
stopped.
if you guys are thirsty or hungry. Right
can
under
ask
this
him.
canopy.
Nah, I didn't ask.
Water Gatorade?
Yeah, you can ask.
I do kind of want some water.
Yeah, that's a long drop down that hole.
Y'all got a petition going? Y'all got a petition going?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Y'all trying to get Spike or Joe or both of them on the ballot?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Check. All right, y'all. Just so we know, there's more than a two-party system. There's Republican, Democratic, Libertarian, Independent, etc. So right over here, they have sign-ups if you would like to see another name on the ballot of Joe Jorgensen and Spike Coheen. So if you would like to sign their petition to make sure that they're put on at least the ballot, it's nothing but saying that you think they should at least be put on the ballot. If you choose to vote for them, you can. If not, you don't have to. But they have a sign-up right here if you would like to at least have the name put on the ballot. Just so y'all know, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are responsible for locking up quite a few black people. Quite a lot of black people. Actually, the most black people in California. You may be familiar with the crime bill. May not be familiar with the crime bill. Touching little girls on stage. I'm gonna leave that alone though. But you have more than two options. We're trying to make sure that she's able to debate as well. We have to stop leading the people blind. And we'll just let y'all know too, our ultimate 4-year goal is to normalize third-party voting. Because there's a lot more than two parties out here, man. And they're out here doing good work. And they're out here standing up for what we're fighting for without the red tape. Man, fuck this mask. Sick of it. I ain't gonna front Pops. I like this look. Goddamn, that shit.
Appreciate it, man. I told you I had to flip it up, bro. I had to flip it up.
Introduce you to my city manager,
How you doing,
GM BLM 757. You know what I'm saying?
They
OG,
call me
I go.
Pops. My brother named Pops.
So,
I
I'm
go
saying
by Pops out here because too many people, like you said, like try to spin shit, you know what I'm saying, in the media and whatnot. You're not doing that. They did it to me before.
Right, you alone.
Yeah, they spun it on me badly before.
Oh yeah.
Badly. They said I'm out here supporting Amanda Chase. I'm out here doing all this and that. I came out here to
None
support
of
the
that.
Second Amendment and to confront her for her lies. As soon as I did that, my Facebook page got shut down.
Yo,
And
we
I got
should-
people looking for me.
But see, at the end of the day, it's really the poor people, right? People that got money, they could do it.
Were you in
most
Charlottesville?
definitely.
So they don't want us to talk.
Well, you were there this weekend, right? Yeah. You want photographs from? Oh, you want photos? Right. And you were trying to get a picture of me, and the people they was like all stupid. Yeah. You have a card?
No, I don't carry.
Separation, right? Some of the keep control. Keep control. We start unity and it's harder for them.
Instagram?
Pop up right there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I normally do.
I'm Kurt Santini. I'm a candidate for governor.
Oh, cool.
I'm not here for a photo op. I'm not here to stir up anything. I'm here to talk, man. That's it. So
Okay.
Oh, at the bottom.
when you get a minute or whatever, have some questions, want to talk,
I'm gonna tell you.
I got you. Can we set up? Well, maybe not today, but can we set up a time to interview you and sit down with you? As far as what you stand for and
y'all
everything?
could do it on. I don't care if y'all have cameras or not. The whole reason I don't have one out is because I'm trying to show my genuine.
Oh,
Right? I'm
understandable.
trying to be genuine, trying to be here and talk, let y'all know where I stand, answer questions you might have. And I'm not perfect because I'm not a career. I've never ran in politics, man. I
Understandable.
just
I mean,
decided
now I said
enough's
now's the
enough
time
and it's time to stand up.
Can you make sure he has one of your cars too, if you have enough to spare? No, I'm saying that's what. If you have a car for him.
Oh yeah. I'll give you a couple. Yeah, I already
we'll
follow
definitely
y'all
answer.
on
We'll
Facebook.
appreciate it. We'll definitely be.
And
in
I like that.
contact.
Y'all went to it was at Williamsburg where they had that play. I like that, especially the part where she was saying that there was shit omitted from the original Constitution that would have freed all of us back then.
Right.
That should be in the history books right there
Absolutely.
for sure.
That's what I'm saying. We're just trying to make sure, like I said, things are told the right way on all sides, and that, you know, we can come together and, like I said, just I think mostly everybody wants unity. I think there's a smaller pocket now of people who don't want unity than there is a bigger portion of people who stand for it.
I agree.
And I think the blinders have been taken off, and people are able to see things like that's not right. I mean, technology, and you know, we helping ourselves out. So
I was telling Pops earlier, and that gentleman right there, I believe. Yep. Telling him earlier, I said my campaign platform is to do a constitutional revision, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be dope. Definitely.
So what I want to do as governor, right? I can't actually do that. What I have to do as governor is I have to create a study, right? So that study, I want to comprise it of people from the actual districts, right? Like you, citizens, not career politicians, citizens, to go in and say, this is how we secure our Constitution, this is what we take out, this is what we put in, right? Then you submit that to the legislators, they write it up for a bill, and it gets voted on by the people. That way the power's put back into the people's hands.
Because there's not even, right now, it's not even, like I said, the Constitution, there's not even internet laws in there. Like, the Constitution was not built for 2020, for the most part. It was not.
Your First Amendment, your Second Amendment, your Fourth Amendment, search and seizure, man. They have been violating that for decades. I'm all for securing that so they stop look, I grew up 45 minutes from Oakland, California. Okay? My grandfather's black, my aunt's biracial.
Well, see, that's why I've been saying all the time. Let's call it a spade, right? We all mixed up, okay? Yeah. So why is it that we got to go against each other? I mean, America,
it's really not us going against each other. What it is the government dividing us, right? Because if they divide us and cause us to clash with each other through Democrats.
Okay, my bad. I'm just seeing y'all on the live, but we are currently in Richmond at the Get the Strap rally. It's a Second Amendment rally where you have individuals, all walks of life, out here carrying and just standing up for the Second Amendment rights. Like I say, you have blacks, you have whites, you have different individuals. So we're just out here, like I said, standing up for what we believe is right. And like I said, just ending the narrative that everybody is you know, that stands for gun rights is racist or something of that nature. So like I said, currently we're just out here, we're getting speeches going here soon. We're just waiting on a few more other speakers, and we'll be right to it. So like I said, if you're in the Richmond area, come on through. We're out here, and well be out here.
By their party, by their elite social special interest.
they even take a step further.
How you doing? Good to see you out here. Thank y'all for coming.
Somebody
Instagram?
Yeah, it's easy.
EASY?
I
ain't even Ezekiel Elliott. Thank you.
I got somebody to introduce you to.
How you doing?
This is Jerron. I used to
I'm
work
live,
with
so I
him.
ain't want y'all to say.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I just know him from work. We used to work together and whatnot.
Thank you for coming and joining us in unison. Like I said, we're just waiting on a couple more and then we good.
There's a whole lot of stuff.
You live in the Richmond area? Or
I'm in Woodbridge.
Woodbridge? Okay. Not too bad. Well, we're trying to get stuff going everywhere. Like the more cities and localities we can occupy, the stronger we'll be. So I'm live now. We'll exchange numbers, and you know what I'm saying, before we go, and I might have some
You gonna
cars
be
on.
live all the time?
Today, from right now, yeah, I hadn't been live. I literally just started.
Come find me when you're not live.
Okay.
We'll talk again. Too much. Nice to meet you
Trust me.
again.
He knows how we operate. Yeah, so.
Whenever you do speeches, just holler for me, and I'll give my little speech that I got thought up, and I'll be good to go.
All right, I need to find out when it was raining. It just literally just stopped. I'm trying to figure out what time Spike's pulling up. The Panthers said they were parking about 14 minutes ago, so they should be pulling up here anytime soon.
Yeah, Spike as well.
Yeah.
Fucking Antifa.
Did you sign the ballot?
I haven't signed it yet. I'll sign it. I got to meet with Spike afterwards anyway, so.
Okay. Not much.
Oh shit! Don't drop my baby.
Reggie was talking about the
Not like
Just like basic gun range.
yeah, that's how I mean, I know people who have family that has spots in the country where they go shoot at, and said I can go with them, but I don't know personally.
You know Pops?
He said, you sure? I think I've been watching y'all before.
Let's see what he wants. Yeah. Everybody got all black. Yeah. I know it's just stuff local training. Oh, here. Pops.
I got a big old gun.
Of any land out here?
Oh yeah, we talk. Yeah, we talk. Yeah. Oh, you know.
Oh, I didn't know you was Pops.
Yeah, that's how
I'm Pops.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I go by out here, bro.
Okay, we rocking Pops. Man.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he, you know what I'm saying, if he knew.
Matter of fact, I do know somebody. I talked to somebody too, and he said he does have some land for his people's guy, whatnot. So, most definitely.
Trying to get the session started.
Yeah,
Right. This is breaking the ground. Like I said, if anything, everybody have, even if we can do it like once a month, once every 3 months, whatever's feasible for everybody.
Yeah. I'm with it. Cool. I'm with it.
But
you ain't practicing, you'll pray.
Yeah, definitely.
You ain't practicing, you'll pray.
Exactly. I gotta make sure I stay sharp. So we do martial arts training, gun drills, gun training, and survival training as well.
Who's the first one?
So just give us a buzz on email.
I'm trying to wait for the Panthers to get here. They pulling up soon.
I'm gonna try to
Just say, you just basically get some done for time in, right? You want to always make sure you look organized. So get them
Alright, got it. Well, I want to know when you get that and how you get that on here.
Harley down here?
Where I get what now?
I hadn't seen her today as of yet.
What about Monet Mayhem?
I've never worked with her before, actually.
Okay.
Hold on.
I've been following that.
1 second. So we try to make sure that everybody knows what we stand for and get this picture, but we try to, we're going to have to keep doing it. You got to keep doing it so people see you're consistent, you're not just BSing, that you mean it. And so,
unfortunately, it's going to have to be kept being done until we find a solution to fixing the problems, right?
Exactly. Let me get this picture.
Y'all need to do some research on what that woman has done to us. Now, I'm not saying I'm voting for Trump. At the same time, I'll be damned if I'm going to be, it's either or.
I'm voting for Joe Joggers.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly, bro.
Ah! I'm about to fall. Let me get you over there facing this way, Pop. One, two. What's going on with you, brother? Mind if I got an interview with you real quick?
What's going on, man?
Well, so I just want to let you know, what brings you out here today?
One thing is my friend over here talking about Black Guns Matter, and I'm actually seeing everything that's going on. It is a problem if they're talking about taking ratings. One thing is my issue is safety. For those who don't care about the law and still have their guns and want to abide by the law, get their guns stripped. And now we have nothing to defend ourselves. And there is a right, we have two rights to self-defend ourselves, but this is also one of our ways to self-defend ourselves, and it's getting taken away, and the ones who don't care about it, they still have theirs, whatever leave us.
Exactly. And
so
what do you, and what do you have here?
I have an MP 15556.
MP 15556.
Nice red. And I have a 40 right on my head.
Okay. These are yours, a choice?
Choice.
Okay.
Got my mag.
All right. Thank you so much for your interview, bro.
Not a problem.
You mind if we ask y'all what brings y'all here today?
Unity.
Yeah, freedom. It's another chance to spit in the face of tyranny.
There we go. And do you mind telling us what you have here?
Oh, this is an American Tactical 12-gauge Bulldog. It's a semi-automatic shotgun.
Semi-automatic shotgun. Or I'm live, but either or. You mind
Long stroke piston system, PWS on the arrow load.
Yes, yes.
SoCal 16.
Call of Duty in the flesh. Where you want to get it at, bro? I'm live. So I can't. Live and video on it. Well, I could ask you too. So what brings you out here today?
Hey, yo, man, standing in solidarity on behalf of Us for Us, you know what I mean, with all these other different organizations out here, because we believe that the Second Amendment is important for our community. Armed minorities are harder to oppress. And not only that, you know, when you have, you know, large numbers of young African-American males now starting to purchase firearms legally, and you start creating laws and restrictions on their rights, I feel like you're creating possible, situations that can happen between them and the police that can go bad for them, you know, with people like Philando Castile, and things like that. You know, I feel like any laws that, you know, would make it so that, police have interactions with young armed, even though it's legal, armed black men, I feel like it's creating a situation that can go bad, and we need to stop that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, until y'all handle the police situation, I feel like we will always stand for the rights of the Second Amendment. Definitely.
Alright, want to get a snapshot? I'm just running around, get a few more interviews. Panthers parking right now. Yeah, over there, we park.
I know.
Oh my gosh, I don't get a picture. Hey, look at it. Even guys looking at it. Watch it go away. All of it below us.
Oh, we done with it. That's good stuff.
Hey, when I pulled up and parked, I parked down on 9th Street. They got me, state police and everything staged.
I bet. Yeah, we saw.
I told them we were going to be peaceful.
We ain't been nothing but peaceful.
That's exactly. Every time. They understand. They thanked us for being peaceful on Lobby Day too, but of course we're always peaceful. We're carrying guns. Everybody shakes hands. Everybody likes each other. We can never take them out.
Y'all mind an interview real quick? Mind an interview? No? Interview?
What?
I just want to know what brings you here today, and how far have you traveled?
I have traveled 8 hours, and he's at 10 hours. We're from Cleveland.
Jeez Louise.
He's west of Cleveland. And mostly I wanted to support you as much as you supported the last one that we were at.
Appreciate that.
And I believe that, you know, until this gets bigger and better and there's real unity, and it don't matter who you vote for, man, all this, you know, I always vote for R or D, or, man, it's gotten us nowhere. I mean, I'm almost 50. I know. I've been following politics since I was 18. Always been into it. And man, this is what will change things. You know, and it's not enough. I mean, until this becomes the norm and this becomes the thing, man, we ain't never gonna change nothing. You know, you aren't gonna change anything by yourself. He's not. She's not. Together, real we the people, until people start realizing in this country that we are we the people, and that we can really change things if we become we the people. Those people up there in the building behind you, this is what they really fear.
Yep.
They fear 20,000 of this. They don't fear 20,000. Yeah, they don't fear 20,000 of just rednecks that come up here, or just 20,000 of Black Lives Matter that show up. 20,000 of each showing up together, here together. That scares me.
I think this is a good setup for that, man. I just like to personally appreciate y'all for coming, like I said, and knowing, like I said, and that's one of the reasons why we try to come everywhere. Like, if we're told, quote unquote, we're not welcome, we want to see if the people there agree, and we'll see that when we get there. You know what I'm saying? We're
and
you know.
And I even know you and I don't agree on everything politically, but that doesn't matter, man. We're never gonna always agree on everything, but that's what makes this place. That's what makes America so great. We don't have to. But man, we got to build on what we do believe together. I mean, otherwise we're just never going to change things, man. My grandkids that are coming, man, I fear for the world they're going to live in if we can't come together.
Well, we can't come together now. If not now, then when?
Yeah,
so, but 2020 is a year of refocus or focus as it is, and yeah,
absolutely.
We appreciate you. Get on the line. I'll be down here. We start soon. Got my interview? Got my interview? No? Yes? No? No? Yes? No? No? Interview?
But, then,
no? Okay.
Like, and then...
Anybody? No?
The House of Delegates race last year.
Okay.
12 Richmond.
Anybody interview? Anybody? Interview?
I don't speak good.
Hey, I suck at talking.
We're just trying to find out why everybody's here. I mean, why everybody, you know, if nothing else, just telling us what you chose to come for.
Because all gun laws are infringements to all people. It doesn't matter who the fuck you are or what you believe in. You have your rights when you're born. So if you can't support that, then fuck you.
I feel that 1,000%. Reasons here? Same reason? Same reason.
Stand here to show that not everybody is alone.
Thank y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all support. Sisters, y'all mind telling us why y'all are here today?
Absolutely. Well, I'm here to support Second Amendment rights.
That's
I
right.
believe that all black people should carry.
That's right.
Prior Army veteran, and so.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm here for all of it. I feel like everybody should carry, you know, say black, white, and in between, but especially black people, especially in the state that we're in now, just with how we're being treated. I feel like we should be able to protect ourselves, especially black women, being able to learn and be professionally trained, because like like Rhonda was saying, and like you were saying earlier, the cops are here, but where are they though? Like, you don't they don't mess with armed protesters. You don't really hear about a lot of so-called rioting and looting, you know what I'm saying, going on when we're out here armed and we're protecting ourselves. It's only when we're out here, you know what I'm saying, trying to still mind our business and fight, come out here and rally for what we believe in, where there's a whole bunch of extra stuff that started. So I feel like an armed community is a safe community. You feel me?
Amen. Ma'am?
And I'm basically out here for the same reasons. You know, I want to, you know, get out the word that it's okay for black women especially to carry, to protect ourselves in our households. Even if there is a guy in your household, everyone should, you know, be able to carry, because if something happens, you can be a backup or you can be the forefront. You never know. So it's always good to know how to protect yourself, and also don't just go out and buy a gun, actually learn your gun and actually take courses and, you know, get right with the shooting, you know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You definitely want to hit your target.
That's right.
That's all I have to say. China is signing arms.
Thank you.
D just has to have a D out. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Again, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, we'll get started in a few short minutes. Ready? I guess it's gonna be best to be up there. Yeah, no.
I can appreciate the enemy of God. So good. Would I have
Remember I told you about the vehicle? We need a vehicle to do that.
Okay. Y'all think we need that, or you think we should just be? You think this? Okay.
It's not going to work.
I think I said I was gonna pull up, but you got a microphone, or you just
Yeah,
stick to music?
I do have a microphone. But
the thing that I'm hooking up to, the power converter, the output is
I got you. Alright, well. I don't know if they don't let my vehicle through. They got everything blocked off.
Well, we can get the vehicle up here, bro. We just, that's what we're trying to do. Just need to go ahead and roll with it, bro.
You gonna hold this down? Mm-hmm. We'll hit the corner.
That's anyway. But if you were here back in January 20th, there was like 100,000. Everybody.
We
did the same thing that we're doing here times 100. Okay?
My mama would say,
and that's the kind of stuff that they hate. This is the kind of stuff we have to do. One thing I would like to do is not just do this once every other month or something like that, but to do this every week. Come to the table. Talk, communicate with people. Not in a box, but in a proactive unity.
The more this unity we show, that's the last thing we twist. He said you're talking about the 25th, coming down Richmond.
Yeah, in Richmond on the 25th when the shirts, when the Hawaiian shirts and BLM 757 came down, and then we marched as a city, and then things just got wacky. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I don't understand specifics, so I'm not going to try and speculate on what went wrong, what something
I can tell you where a lot of it where it got twisted.
So, how do y'all feel like things should proceed? Do you feel like we should continue to stand here, not particularly here, but stand around and invite conversation?
Yes, all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's the best way to find it.
Here's the thing, and I hate saying this, but it's the truth. It's a fact of life. Any group, anything can be infiltrated. So you have to be aware of that, right? Any group, anything can be infiltrated. But unity, come to the table, talking, hanging out, that's what they hate.
Mm-hmm. Yep, transparency.
Absolutely. But we have to build it here
Right.
and grow.
And also, just study it.
And those guys on the pedestals, they can't control us anymore.
Right.
There's so many wedges everywhere. Just so many wedges. Here, this group, that group. They're not pitting, against one another. That's got it in. You know, all of those assassinations in the 60s. Malcolm X, great story. You know, things that he started, but near the end, when he started to realize, when we started bringing everybody together and unifying, oh, that was too much for
Yeah,
them.
it was too much.
They killed them.
Yep.
You know, all of that.
Yeah, well, it's good to be down here, seeing everybody
Mm-hmm.
together. Like I said, it's hard. You can't deny this.
Right.
Like all that crap that happened on the 25th was
I wasn't going nowhere.
A couple of our guys came down just to see for ourselves what was happening in the city.
Right.
We got split up. I think y'all's guys, John's guys, y'all were on the other side of the block. We came up as soon as they started firing the pepper spray. We kind of followed the Antifa cats. There's a couple other BLM groups down there. But they went to tearing. They went to tearing the fucking city.
Right.
And then, like I said, the mayor twisted and said white supremacists started.
Yep.
I can't say who started the fire in the dump truck. I didn't see it.
Right.
But I watched all the cats. We followed them all through Richmond. It was a mix of everybody.
It was.
In the tail end, it was just a bunch of little cowards entitled chapter shit running and tearing shit up for no reason.
We're also out here on Lobby Day. You might have seen some of their pictures circulating. But we're gonna take it over here because it's just easier to, I guess, gather by one of these cement thingies. They say they have water and Pringles. Can somebody give me some barbecue water? Or some seasoning?
Did you say barbecue water?
I got tequila.
I thought he said barbecue water.
think that's
anybody.
I would think so. What you think?
Good. Good.
Okay, first up, we're going to have representatives of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club of the DMV. Definitely encourage everybody to research, all who's here. They have Facebook, Instagrams. Don't try to tie everybody together because a lot of the different groups, they have the same common goals, but they're standing for particular issues in their local area.
Black power. Black power. Black power. Peace and power. I go by the name of Maitreya Asek. I'm the commander of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, the DMV chapter. Just to give a slight synopsis on the history of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. Huey P. Newton Gun Club was formed in Dallas, Texas in August of 2014. After an unarmed young black man was gunned down by the Dallas Police Department, a few brave souls decided to get together and put their heads together and put their rifles together and to come out and to march and to show solidarity for the young slain brother. So the club was formed by Babu Omawali, Yafeo Balogun, and Rakim Balogun, and other founding members as well. We've been going strong ever since, and we stood in solidarity with the likes of Sandra Bland, Pamela Turner, Alsha Sterling, and different. We've been standing in solidarity with these slain brothers and sisters ever since then, and we're still going strong. With that being said, I would like to also note that there are now an estimated 10 million black gun owners in the United States, and that deserves a round of applause.
Yeah.
We've come a long way, and that number is still growing. That number is still growing. And I believe our people are taking self-preservation that much more seriously. That's right. Black guns really do matter. With that being said, talking about self-preservation, it is the law of nature to protect yourself and defend yourself against all oncoming enemies. Everything in nature has a defense mechanism. A turtle retracts its extremities into its shell to defend itself. A porcupine releases needles and plunges into the skins of any would-be attackers. Even a rose has thorns that it uses to protect itself. So it is natural, it is nature for you to protect yourself and defend yourself and your family. With that being said, I like what I see out here. I like black power and gunpowder. Everybody defend yourself at all costs. And, that's pretty much all I have to say. Peace and power. And black power. Black power. Also, I do have flyers. We are the Huey P. Newton Gun Club DMV chapter, and we are recruiting actively at the moment. We do weekly gun training. We do survival and bug-out bag training, and we also do martial arts. We train in boxing, MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. If you're interested in any of those things, you give us a holler. I have flyers out here, and I'm ready to pass them out. Once again, peace and power, and black guns matter.
Make sure y'all get with them for those flyers. I want to thank them for their presence today. I'd like to start maybe with introducing myself. I go by the name of Jafari. With BLM 757, aka Black Lives Matter 757, aka Be Like Malcolm, Be Like Martin. Change may take 7 days, 5 years, or 7 centuries, but change will come. We out here speaking. We are independent. We don't like to make people think that we're with the national. We are not with national. There are only about 16 national groups. We are independent, and we do make sure that Black lives absolutely matter in the 757 and beyond. For the last 4 years, we've been organizing in our own local area. We've also been here in Richmond. We've also been in Charlottesville, D.C., Charlotte, North Carolina, Brooklyn, New York, and most recently Connecticut. We're trying to spread the message of unity and positivity and protecting ourselves as well, making sure that we're not a pansy or a pacified movement where it's okay to be peaceful at times, but like I said, sometimes you have to be like Martin, sometimes you have to be like Malcolm. Where we are right now is a society. Both are absolutely necessary. We need the combination of both of them, being that we don't know when we have to defend ourselves, being that we don't know, like I said, we're out here peacefully protesting, being pepper bombed, being arrested. I've been arrested. I have warrants out for my arrest or had, etc. But definitely making sure that people are arming themselves and bringing together parties who normally, this sounds terrible, bringing together people who wouldn't normally have a conversation together. For the longest, the media and a two-party system has divided everybody. That's how we feel. And if we come together and have a sit-down and at least have a conversation, we may end up agreeing to disagree. We may completely agree on certain subjects and completely disagree on certain subjects. But a conversation is the adult thing to do. That's just the adult thing to do. If you're 18 and up, you can cast a vote. We just feel like at least having a conversation is at least for somebody to do. Don't immediately write somebody off based off what you heard off the headline. With that being said, bring up our next speaker. Okay, we have Mr. David Wilson of Us for Us. Mr. Wilson is also running for delegate in the district. Running for delegate in the 95th district. He started organizing some time ago. I'll let y'all give him his story as much as he'd like to give, but he's from the 757 local area. This brother has a lot to say on his mind. I admire his growth and admiration, becoming a new activist and running for, taking it from the streets into the poll office.
Hey, yo, I appreciate everybody for being out here because I don't know whether y'all know it or not, but this is a story. I was about to start running. This is a story. This is a story. They're gonna try to take this out of the history. They don't want this to be seen. When white people protest for the Second Amendment, they say it's a group of white supremacists. When black people protest for the Second Amendment, they say it's a group of black militants. Their idea is to keep us separated on something that we are all supposed to be fighting for. Something that was put in the Constitution for us all to be able to protect ourselves, our families, and our property from any danger. I was raised by a grandmother who had a grandmother who was a slave. And then they showed me a book. It said it was called Negroes with Guns. They was talking about how they armed themselves to protect themselves from people that used to come into their community in white sheets. Now imagine if they didn't have guns. What I think we need to start doing is judging our politicians by whether or not the things that they push on us actually work, rather than what they think is good. They tell us that taking all of the guns is going to stop the crime. They talk about crime in black communities. 90% of the crimes in black communities happen with illegal firearms. The people with legal firearms in those communities are just trying to protect themselves from the illegal people trying to be criminals and do what criminals do. So why would you put laws and restrictions on people trying to protect themselves from the criminals and not do enough because you can't do enough to stop the criminals themselves? In my area, they try to push on us to defund the police. And the same person that was preaching defund the police was trying to take our guns. I'm a black belt in martial arts, but everybody ain't. So what type of way was they trying to leave us to defend ourselves? I don't understand. But my name is David Wilson, and they don't want y'all to know about me. They don't want y'all to look me up. They don't want y'all to know what I do in the community, and they don't want to hear me talk. Why? Because one, I'm a black conservative, and we the people they like to keep shut up. I started this organization called Us for Us in the city of Newport News because we had a perpetrator, some pervert, riding around in vans trying to abduct children from bus stops. I used to be a gang member. We used to fight each other. I called my old gang homeboy. I said, look, yo, y'all want to whip some ass? It's a dude riding around here in the van trying to get kids from bus stops. Let's find him and let's beat the shit out of him. I didn't know what it was called at first. I just thought it was called beating ass. But apparently they call that community policing. So I started trying to do a lot more of it and preach about how we can protect our own communities and stop depending on outsiders to protect our communities. That's why it's called Us for Us. It's not called Them for Us because they ain't never been for us. The only way that our communities are going to get protected is if we ourselves start protecting it from the drug dealers, start protecting it from the pimps, start protecting it from the crooked politicians who want to come into our communities and take pictures, start protecting it from people that want to push on us their agendas and use us for propaganda in their agendas. We need to start standing together in solidarity, and this is why this is so beautiful. That's why this is so beautiful. I'm running for delegate in the 95th district. I never intended on being a politician because I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I've been roasting pigs since I was a kid. So I didn't never want to become one. But what happened is the delegate in the 95th district, Marcia Price, decided to take it among herself and ban open carry in the city of Newport News.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was some bullshit.
And like she said, that shit was some bullshit. And the reason why is because, like that brother that just spoke before me said, there are now 10 million black gun owners in our communities. A lot of them are like this young brother right here. This is Malik. Been mentoring this brother for a long time. He just became a legal gun owner. So when you start creating laws and restrictions on his right to legally protect himself, what you just did was create an interaction between him and police that can go bad for who? It won't go bad for police because the minute he says he has a firearm, they can shoot at will and make the story whatever they want to make the story. And if you think I'm lying, look up Philando Castile.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm telling you is, they don't care what color you are, red, white, blue, purple, green. If you stand for your right to protect yourself by any means necessary, I'm going to stand right with you. And if I see you fighting for your right to protect yourself, I'm going to fight right with you. Yes, sir. And if I see you in any battle trying to defend yourself or your property or this great country that all of us love, I'm going to fight right with you. Peace and love to everybody here.
Y'all give it one more time, Mr. David Wilson, Us for Us. Again, like you said, please look him up. Dave, what you prefer? Ear? Wilson. David. What you prefer? David. You can find him on Facebook. I know David Wilson David. And as he was saying, people keep mentioning Philando Castile. People keep mentioning Philando Castile. One of the main reasons that BLM 757 was started was literally the Philando Castile incident. I, as a father, I had at the time, I believe she was 3 years old. My son was 3 years old at the time. Seeing her have to comfort her mother as she's seeing her father pass away, it took something out of me. Somebody reached out to me. I originally started doing activism because my 14-year-old cousin committed suicide due to bullying about 6 months or about 3 months prior to the Philando Castile incident. So the little kids coming up to me saying that they felt like we gave them a voice, felt like they didn't have anybody to listen to. You know, I was an entertainer. and I was out here doing the wrong things, and I just felt like there's so many kids out here, there's so many people out here that need a voice, that need an attendant hand, that I decided to dedicate my life to giving people a voice that didn't have one, whether it be 10, 20 people or 10,000 people, just making sure that people had a voice. Another incident, the reason why BLM 757 was formed, this is Mr. Earl Lewis over here. He's the cousin of William Chapman, who was killed unarmed by Portsmouth police in 2015. And this is one of the greater cases in police brutality. He was actually able to get a conviction from the city. Even though he only did 2.5 years, he was actually able to get a conviction on the police officer. Brought that case all the way up here across the street to the Supreme Court, and the conviction upheld. Y'all couldn't give it up for Mr. Earl Lewis, Army veteran.
Pretty much, thank you for being here. I started off in 2015 by myself, but I believed in the people. It was the people who stood behind me, like y'all, veterans, okay, and followed me, and we made it work. It wasn't about no color, no creed, it was about people who understood what it felt like to take somebody's life. But I could spend 13 years in the Army, willing to die for my country, another 20 years as a firefighter. Something was wrong. Something was wrong. I had to stand up. Justice is justice. All I can say to you is this. Today, you made a statement. You want the right soldier to your left and to your right. The right people to your left and to your right. If you're not really a part of the Second Amendment or the First Amendment, you don't need to be here. Ain't no other way to put it. But if they divide us, I ain't let them divide us. I refuse to let them divide us. It was the people, white, black, Hispanic, that helped me win that case. You the people. And when we show up, it was raining or whatever, it's you the people. When I say red, black, and green, it's you the people. First Amendment, yes, that's what we're fighting for. But everybody must remember, okay, it started in California, guess what? The Black Panthers stood up for the Second Amendment. But nobody in the 70s understood that. So by y'all standing up together, right, different nationality, man, you don't know how powerful this is. Power to the people. You are the people. Thank you.
Again, and the more and more we gather, the more and more we have these conversations, the more you'll see, again, we have more in common than we have that separates us. We all have these different stories where, like I said, I know what brought me to activism. I know what's bringing some of y'all out here. But the more and more, like I say, we had these conversations, and this is something this is my hallmark card. I say all the time that if my son runs into your son at the sandbox, my son has a bucket, your son has a shovel, they're going to play together. That's just it. They don't care about what mommy and daddy vote for. They don't care about none of that. All they care about is the sandbox. So sometimes I say, let's take on the mind of the children and don't judge people based off of what shirt they wear, who they voting for, etc. Because, and quite honestly, I'm kind of tired of the politicians going at each other's necks and just slinging mud. What do you stand for on your policies? I don't care what dirt you done dug up on your candidate. I want to know what you are standing for. What are you going to do different than the last 400 years or 1892 or whenever, 1619, or whenever you want to say America started? What are you going to do differently than they did over these last years to make sure that the next generation is not here? The next generation is just here celebrating peace and tranquility. They're coming here just to celebrate, not to stand against anything, but everything is straight and on this path is straight and narrow. So with that being said, we'll have our next speaker. This is Devin Perkins with Black Guns Matter, also with Kids to Kings.
Like this? All right. What's going on, everybody? My name is Devin Perkins. Very simple. If y'all don't know, Virginia is actually Virginia is actually the cradle of gun control. It started here in 1600s. It was then called the Black Codes. Then 1800s, it was turned into the Slave Codes. from then on, we've literally just seen more and more racist, unconstitutional gun laws reemerge under different titles. Like, I'm pretty sure everybody on the stage have already said, we've had the war on crime. We've had, now most recently, what do they call it? Common sense gun control. And all that is a new term to strip us of the proper means to defend our communities, our loved ones, our resources, and our families. So, in this day and age, you know, regardless of what you claim, whether it's Republican, anarchist, liberal, conservative, whatever, just make sure that you are operating as a free agent and making sure that you're only supporting politicians and organizations that are going to 10 toes down, stand up, and fight for your God-given rights. Other than that, that's really all I got to say. Everybody, I appreciate y'all for coming out here. This is a beautiful site, and keep doing what you're doing. Donate to Kids to Kings Youth Outreach, and yeah, that's it.
So each of us a little bit about what like Kids to Kids doing, because I'm always for expressing what you should be doing.
Okay. So Kids to Kings is a mental health organization that I'm starting. It's all focused on inner city youth children. We're trying to do, I guess it's called conflict resolution before they actually get into the judicial system. So we go to at-risk youth homes, alternative schools, anywhere that they allow us to talk, we'll get in there. We have a presentation, we have workshops, we have everything. We're trying to create a network so that these kids can continue to, I guess, communicate and network within themselves outside of just us being there for them. So we're really trying to just build kids and turn them into kings. So that's what my organization's doing, and yeah, support us if you want. It's on IG at Kids to Kings. You can find everything there, video, everything. But yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do it this time.
Peace and blessings all again, as a very big speaker. Mental health in the black community is something that is truly ignored. Mental health in communities, period, is ignored. A lot of these issues stem from those different issues, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's to the point now where if you feel like you need mental health, you'll feel like you'll be demonized to ask for help because they'll put you in different restrictions and restraints and put you in a turtle suit and put you in a padded room, and you just was trying to say that you were having a hard time and you're trying to suffice and you're trying to heal in some way, shape, or form. And so that shouldn't be the case. We don't feel like that should be the case. And so, like I said, again, his group or any other group out here dealing with youth and mental health, please make sure y'all exchange information because it's very important, and it's something that we have to stand for as well. See how these different issues is? Like everybody is common sense issues, the stuff that should be put on the forefront, like healthcare, like mental health, like any type of thing dealing with us at home. They try to make it seem like it's so difficult. Arguing across party lines about simple stuff such as healthcare or helping the people. That's why we're saying we're fed up. The two-party system has not been working. We need candidates who are strictly about the people. With that being said, we have our next speaker. It's kind of been a random shake of the day. So if somebody wants to cross paths real quick. Ready, brother? All right. We got Mr. Deshaun here, author of great book. I'll tell you all about it. He's also joining us here. He's also a veteran. So if we could, give him my ear as well.
First, thank everybody for coming out. As he said, I am an Army veteran, proud HBCU graduate. I want everybody to know you have the right to the say. What I did in reference to the book, you can Google it right now, is 3 words, Black Behind NRA. That is the book I just released. Basically explains the fact that I secretly went and worked for the NRA in Fairfax, Virginia. They thought I was one of them, but I was there to educate myself and to learn something from a different culture that wasn't from where I was from. The book will give you all the details about that. I also want to let people know that I'm happy about the numbers in the black community that are people owning guns now. At the NRA, I learned that basically guns were being frowned upon because just like they were when masters were forcing Christianity on slaves and shaming them for touching firearms, making them think it's bad to touch them and think that they were dangerous, especially in the hands or presence of white America. But please note this as well. The rifle to many symbolizes the protection of one's freedom. Thank y'all. Oh, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. I will repeat myself. Basically, as I was saying, I learned that. Oh, That is loud. I learned that many African Americans are shaming firearms because they are, just like they were when masters were forcing Christianity on slaves and shaming them for touching firearms, making them think that it was bad and dangerous to hold, especially in the presence of white America. But please know this as well. The rifle symbolizes the protection of one's freedom. Thank everybody for coming out. All my veterans that are here, I'd like to see you here in all colors. Army, Hua, thank you. God bless. And again, that book is Black Behind NRA. My name is Sean Bowles. Thank you. Social media, same thing. Black Behind NRA. Thank you.
I'll give it up one more time. I'm gonna get this right. I swear, one time. And here we have the original Black Panthers of Virginia, Mr. Mike Payne's company. They're also from out of the 757. They've been doing a lot of great work. They do a lot of community cleanup. They do a lot of, like I said, policy change, and they are for the community. They are doing everything to the T. I can speak about this off my own testimony, and they're doing what's right by the community, and they're making sure the legacy lives on. So, brother here.
I appreciate the invite, definitely. I'm Mike Payne, General of the original Black Panthers of VA, National General under King Rick. And first off, I want to say I appreciate everybody from coming out here. This is really, really big. It's really important. You know, we came down here during the lobby day as well, you know, and we want to keep coming every time it's something to support our ownership and our Second Amendment right to own guns. We have to be able to protect our life, our property, our families, right? And this is for everybody. We all need to be able to protect ourselves. Now everybody knows about the Mulford Act. You know, a long time ago in California, 1967, we stormed the Capitol. Can y'all hear me? Yeah. Okay. It's all good. Yeah. We stormed the Capitol. We stormed the Capitol. It was about 24 of us. And we made it known, we made it clear. We need our rights to bear arms. We have to have it. And we can't allow people to take that right away from us. All right? They're doing little things now to where they're making it laws to where you guys will get in trouble even if you legally are carrying your firearm. So we have to be careful in different places that we walk, you know, whether it's concealed or whether we're carrying open. Just be careful, know the law. Start looking at all these different things, because what's happening is they're switching stuff up. It's small stuff, but it's stuff that can get you locked up, stuff that can get your rights taken away. So make sure you know exactly what's going on in your city, your district, and anywhere that you're going with your weapons. All right? Now, I've always said this is a right for all people. All people. All people need to be able to have their firearms. Y'all agree? Mm-hmm. Right? The right to bear arms is in our hands, and we need to constantly stand up for that. We need to constantly be out here. Whenever, not just when something comes up, we need to get together, band together. We need to be on each other's social media. You know, no hate between each other. None of that. We need to know and let them know how we feel about protecting our own and protecting our property. Our veterans, right? I see some veterans out here, right? Yeah. We all got to start sticking together. You know, I tell everybody, you know, we're not a hate group. We don't hate nobody. We hate oppression. We hate injustice, inequality. Those are the things we hate. And those are the things we're going to continue to fight against. And that's why I come out here with Black Lives 757, Black Lives Matter 757, you know, because they do a lot of good work. And they're out here. We have a lot of activists that, you know, you might see every month, and every time something real big happens, every time a camera comes out, right? Mm-hmm. We're done with that. Stop following them. Don't support nobody that's not going to be consistently out here for the people. Because if they're not consistently out here for the people, they're not out here for you. They're out here for the cameras.
That's right.
All right? We don't do that. We're always in the community. Always, always, always. You'll always see us. So I'm not going to be long-winded. I just want to let y'all know that's why we're here, and we're going to continue to be here, and we're going to continue to do this good work. All power to the people. Come on now, say it louder. All power to the people.
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 No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
No justice, no peace.
Black power.
Black power.
All right.
So y'all give it up for them one more time? Speaking on what he said, what they said, we do not seek media attention, therefore we did not contact any media about today. The initial start of BLM 757, we came out, you had to have an email address, you had to text us to come out. Our first initial march, where we shut down 5 cities out of the 757 at 7:57 p.m. on July 10th of 2016, no media, no police, we don't ask permission, we do what we feel is right by the people. That's how it should be. So again, we don't ask for permission for rights that we already have. So if any type of rumors like that are being spilled or despair, we don't. We have been at the least only, we sat down at some symposiums, you know, some sit downs, some town halls, things like that, you know, where they were invited, we were invited, but fuck a permit. Did we apply for a permit today? No. Will we ever apply for a permit? No. The last 4 years of our existence, have we ever asked for a permit? No. So here we have a very decorated gentleman here. So we met him on the forfeit as well. I don't know if my battery's giving out what sounds terrible. But he goes by the name of Pops.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Yeah. We good, brother. Like he said, I go by Pops. I do not give out my government name because the last time I did that out here on the 4th of July, my Facebook page was shut down, and I had some very unscrupulous looking people coming to look for me in my neighborhood by my actual full government name. You know, everybody remembers me and recognizes me from the hat that I had made specifically in red, in MAGA red, so that way when they look at it, they can see the message. You know what I'm saying? I got this hat made a few days after George Floyd said it, and about 6 years after Eric Garner said it. When I first started with the protests, I initially started out in Petersburg, because that's where, when I moved down here from Jersey and whatnot, that's where I resided, that's where I graduated. But then I saw what was going on in Richmond, and I saw the protests, and then I saw what RPD did to the peaceful protesters, not rioters, but peaceful protesters, when they decided to come in there and start hitting them before the curfew with tear gas, rubber bullets, and everything else. Basically attacking unarmed, harmless, defenseless protesters. So I said, no, we're not doing this no more. We're not doing this no more. So I took a page from them fools when they ran up in the Michigan state capitol buildings and all that with all their rifles, and they was up in the cops' faces, you know, demanding that what they wanted. Nobody did anything to them. They were not harmed. I've said this from jump, and I will continue to say this. Armed protesters do not get attacked. They do not. They also don't get oppressed. It's much harder to oppress a man when he's sitting there with an AR-15 on his side and 4 pistols on his body. You know, I don't wear these to show out or whatever. It's a deterrent. I love open carry. I can conceal. No, I want you to see. Don't fuck around. Do not bring your ass over here. Don't start none. It won't be none.
Talk about it.
And it's crazy though, because when I was in Petersburg, I had a meeting with the police chief of Petersburg. I also had a meeting with the United States Attorney General Zach Terwilliger, and they were late, fashionably late. So I go down to Old Town Petersburg. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with that, but hello, that's where the farmers market at, and they sold a hell of a lot more than fruits and vegetables. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I definitely wanted to walk around there looking like this. So I walked through. Next thing I know, I'm down there 10 minutes. Police rolling up. So shit, I'm like, hey, all my shit legal. I'm like, what's good? You know, what's up? You know, he was nervous. He was nervous. I wasn't nervous. Shit, what the hell I got to be nervous for? He walked up and he said, somebody called because you came out here. I said, I came out here like what? Like what? If I had blonde hair and blue eyes and a mullet and a Duck Dynasty shirt, y'all wouldn't have said shit to me. Y'all wouldn't have said nothing to me. Y'all not used to black men looking like this. And that's why y'all continue to test us. And when I say y'all, I'm not talking about the white people in attendance. I'm talking about the racist bastards that decide that they want to continue to hate on us and try to harm us because of the color of their skin or the bullshit stories that their great-grandpappy told them. So that's why I came out here on the 4th of July You know, we crashed their event, you know what I'm saying? But it was nothing but respect. We got together on the Second Amendment. So we can get together on the right to bear arms and defend ourselves. I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe we can bridge a gap and try to figure out why there's so much hate, why there's so much animosity. You know what I'm saying? And then when you start talking to them, you find out you got more in common with them than you don't. You know? Now, don't get it twisted. And he'll tell you, because I told him straight when I walked up, he didn't know me from a can of paint. I said, look, y'all don't start no shit, we won't start no shit. I said, I'm not going to come out here and disrespect you and not call you out your name. Don't call me out my name. But at the same time, if shit would have went left, it just would have went left. It is what it is. But we didn't get none of that. And the media didn't want to talk about that. All the media wanted to do, I don't know if y'all have seen it, some of y'all that have been protesting with us over at the monument have seen it. They put that we out there hooked up with the Boogaloo Boys. We came up here to support Amanda Chase. And I didn't even know who the fuck Amanda Chase was. Only reason I knew who the hell she was is because she decided to run with some bullshit. I don't know if y'all remember when they took down Stonewall Jackson, that statue. I was there with my red hat. You know what I'm saying? I was there. We stood out there for hours. This crazy white dude ran up there with a flag and started waving the flag. No, he started crying, please don't take it down. And the crowd was converging on him. And I ain't talking about just black people. White people was gonna whoop his ass too. So I jumped up and I was like, yo, stop. He's peacefully protesting. Now if he starts swinging that flag, then whoop his ass. But he's not doing that. So what's from stopping them from running up on us while we peaceful protesting, right? She didn't mention that. One of the dudes I was with took a water bottle and flinged it on the dude, just fuck some water. She decided that she wanted to call that man Antifa and say that it was probably acid in the water and all that. So after we came up here, he asked me to speak. I spoke. I went back to the circle, which we've been there and defending past, 9-10 weeks now, what it is,
85, 90 days.
That's what I'm saying, And then when I found out Amanda Chase was coming here, I said, I'm going to come back and confront her. And I did that on my Facebook Live. And shortly thereafter, my Facebook account was shut the fuck down.
Coincidence?
I think not. I think not. And the reason I confronted her, I said, why did you sit up there on national TV and call this man Antifa, this, that, and the other? You ran with information that you just wanted to make yourself look good. And you doing that, in the police eyes, we animals. When I say we, I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about the black people that's walking around protesting with guns. Now, they run up on us, remembering what the hell she said. He might got acid in his bottle. And then I talked about a time when the police came out, and this is why I love looking like this. I go everywhere like this. Minus the AR, this is how I go to Walmart. I walk on my mother. I walk in Kroger like this. And let folks know, don't fuck around. We're not doing this no more. We're not Ahmaud Arbery. I guarantee you that brother wish he had a gun. I guarantee his family wish he had a gun. So the police decided to come out. It's cars parked in a circle. Usually, traffic people come by, ticket the cars, call the tow truck, get them out of there. Nah, they want to come out there 25, 30 deep with riot gear to tell somebody. The first dude on the scene said, K9 police cross his chest. When the last time you seen K9 do traffic detail? Gas mask on, AR-15 on his chest. But what he did not expect is for myself and about 9 or 10 others to step out with our ARs. We're like, look, we can get the cars moved, but ain't nobody getting hurt today. Ain't nobody getting tear gas today. That's why I said it's a deterrent. They thought twice. Any other time, they just run out and start. And we got people in the crowd that have been tear gas. I won't put nobody's business out there. Hopefully, they get a chance to speak. We got people in the crowd that got tear gas in the crowd. They putting their own hands up. They putting their own hands up. But I bet you won't get tear gas with that in your hand. That's what I'm saying. So for me, the Second Amendment, real talk, before all this stuff happened, when all the white dudes was up there, I'm not gonna take our guns. I said, look at these crazy ass motherfuckers. And then when I see the politicians start to do what they doing and disarming people, and then I see who gets affected by that disarmament, poor people, black people. I was like, oh no. So that's why I made sure to make my presence felt at every single protest, every single rally, to let them know we're not victims no more. That's right. You cannot oppress armed people. That's why they're trying so hard to disarm us. And I walk into black communities, and I get looked at crazier than I do by the white people when I walk around.
They're like, damn, bro, what you doing? I said, defending myself, self-preservation. And I like to talk to the young brothers that's out there and tell them, say, look, do it the right way. That's why I'm glad you said my man got his first legal gun. But the way you said it, meant like he was running around with burners before that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I'm just saying. But see, that's the thing, though. When we was at the protest, I saw people walking around with their pistol in their pocket. And I'm like, yo, you gonna get popped for that. I've gone to Walmart down the street and bought a little $9 holster. Here, brother, do it the right way. Don't give them a reason to blast you.
Right.
And like you said, they don't have to have a reason. But if they got one that's justifiable and other people see it, like, yeah, he was concealed. But I try to tell them, they overly charge black people. That's a fact. They overly charge black people so that way they can take away our two fundamental means of defending ourselves. Our arms and our right to vote. Our right to vote. That's why I tell them all the time. I say, look, damn them plea bargains that y'all be taking and whatnot. You got to do 5 years, but you can get rid of the felony. Do 5 years, because that felony is you're gonna be a victim. You're gonna be a victim. So for me, this is very important, especially right now, because I was not expecting the turn of events with the whole presidential election. Like, cause in my eyes, I said, I don't give a damn. I was like, I'm voting for anybody other than Trump. I said that. And then I saw who the hell he's bringing in, which I'm not gonna knock no black woman or anything of that nature, but first thing out of her mouth is that she gonna come after these. First thing out of her mouth, but she's coming after these. Mandatory buybacks is what she's talking about. Mandatory. Man, I know, right?
Come take them.
I'm like, for real, if you get past my 6 dogs, you good. You good, you know? But that's why I was like, it's so important now for us to get, I never wanted to get involved in any kind of political shit or anything of that nature. But when it starts affecting you directly, that's a lot of people's problem. You don't see the problem until it affects you directly. Now, everybody out here that carries firearms, y'all are about to be affected one way or the other by this election. One way or the other, y'all gonna be affected. And for me, now I got to do some serious research. Because I'm not just saying, well, every vote for anybody else is a vote for is a vote for Trump. No, fuck that. We need to have more choices. The Heisman candidates got five people. We need to have more choices. That's like real shit. Ain't neither one of these jokers thinking about the people. If you're not rich and can put money in their pocket, they don't give a damn about you. And now the Democrats is talking about taking our guns. Well, I know some of y'all like, no, it ain't now. They've been talking about that shit. But I know, but it ain't affect me then. I wasn't a gun owner like talking about that. Now it affects me. Now it affects me. And I've seen it, because like I said, because of me confronting people at this last one, I've had people come around my neighborhood looking to do harm to me. I'm not worried. I got 4 of these at the crib. I'm not worried. My wife shoots better than I do. I'm not worried. My 16-year-old daughter can pop my Kel-Tec open and put it right between the eyes on every target she shoot at. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. But then when you start talking about taking our guns, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out, why would you want to do that? Unless you're trying to control people and oppress people. So that's why when he said, hey, we having one, I said, yeah, I definitely want to be a part of that, because we need to know. We need to know what's going on. A lot of us didn't give a damn about this election. But hopefully after what I just told y'all, if you didn't know what I just said, hopefully now you go do some research. Because me personally, I'm not voting against my own best interests. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Right now, during these times, it's the reason why there's an ammo shortage. It's the reason why there's an ammo shortage. You know what I'm saying? Trust, I was paying attention. So my thing is, somebody got all the ammo. So if you take my guns away, that means I'm defenseless. I'm defenseless, because I guarantee you, you're not going to take all their guns away. That's just not going to happen. If that was going to happen, it would have happened a long time ago. It's funny how the laws start to change, especially the laws in Richmond alone, the city ordinance and things of that nature, because we started walking around arming ourselves. Now all of a sudden you got all these laws and city ordinances and bullshit. Where was that shit at on the 27th, on January, when it was 22,000 people out here and maybe 1 or 2 black people? You know what I'm saying? Where was that energy then? Now because, I know, I'm saying. But yeah, where was that energy then? Now because black people got the gun, now y'all want to change it. I've said this in a lot of speeches. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. But you can't hunt us no more. We're not defenseless. Now, I'm not talking shit like I'm gonna start shit, but I'm damn sure not gonna get shitted on. That's facts. I don't got nothing against nobody out here. Nobody out here. I don't give a damn about your beliefs or nothing. And I said this at the last one. We can agree to disagree. We do not have the right to attack each other. We do not have the right to harm each other. We do not have the right to mock each other's pain. That's pretty much all I got to say. I can stand here forever and talk, real talk. But I think y'all got the gist of what I'm saying. Like, and that's why I love seeing people armed. I love seeing people. And it's funny because when you armed, people are a lot more polite to your ass. If you notice that, it's a lot more please and thank you when you got that pistol on you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, y'all stay strong. Look out for each other because ain't nobody else going to do it.
That's right.
Thank y'all for having me.
Thank you. Go. Pick up the bullhorn.
Check. Let's see if we're working right. Y'all give it one more time for Pops. OG, triple OG, OG, triple. Again, like I said, one of the stories, like I said, that brought all of us together was experience, man. It was being out here, like I'm saying, not taking the news media for what it was. Like I said, it was 27 degrees out here in January, literally.
Literally! And I don't know. I think everybody just saw something was wrong, saw something was right at the same time. Us as black activists, like I said, they told everybody that coming out here was going to be, we weren't going to be welcome. It was the complete opposite. And I think that's when the conversation started happening because let's look at the timeline. They were coming to try to take away the guns, etc. And then COVID hits. And now all of a sudden we got curfews. We got ordinance coming into effect. We got money being coming out of the blue. Right when they were trying to take the guns, and now they're trying to put us on a curfew. Is it coincidental? Is it conspiracy theories? We're still finding out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. But it's making more sense. The blurred lines, as we said, are becoming more clear. And like I said, we're just making sure that the narrative is told right. So next we'll have this young queen.
Let go, Rhonda, let go.
Miss Rhonda. How you doing? Y'all give it up for this young queen.
Hey, y'all.
What's up? Kick it.
Hey y'all, I'm Rhonda Mary. This is one of my first time ever speaking on these things, so I feel a little special right now. But I'm Rhonda Mary. I'm a YouTube content creator, and then I'm also a Second Amendment advocate. And I want to ask you guys a question. Why do you think that the media is so beholden to this narrative that black men are either completely savage or completely docile? Why is the media so committed to the image that black people are either kneeling, crying, praying, or criminal? Why is that? I'll tell y'all why. It comes from the myth. I say myth, lie, call it whatever you want. But it comes from the myth that the civil rights movement was only let's hold hands, let's pray, kumbaya our way to freedom. It's a lie. It's a myth. That myth extends from the content slave. No, we did not choose slavery. We never chose slavery. In fact, there were rebellions, slave uprisings, all the way back to 1800. We're standing right here in Richmond, Virginia. I think I was a little too loud. I'm a little too turned up. Okay. But we're right here in Richmond, Virginia. Right here. You had... Can't talk. Should I talk without it? Virginia. If you don't know, there were so many slave rebellions and uprisings that started right here. Why is that history so hard to find? Why do they not want to talk about that? I will tell you why. Because the lies help uphold the oppression. You look now they're trying to take our firearms. But the truth is, black men have never been weak. Black men have never been docile. That has never been the story. In fact, we have always fought back. The reason they want to hide these stories, the reason why you're not going to see this on your news media today, the reason why they're not going to tell you that people look like me carry, yes, I carry, is because they want to continue the lies, the myths, and the oppression. That's why. We have to tell these stories. We have to be louder. We have to make it cooler. We have to let people know that it's okay to carry. We have to be the ones to tell and share these stories. Because there are our stories. There's this myth that the civil rights movement was all kumbaya, and that's not the fact. The progression also came with a little bit threat of force. There's this myth that the civil rights movement was all Martin. But to be honest, it took a little bit of Malcolm as well, right? So no, we're not gonna back down. We're not gonna let you have our guns. We're gonna be loud. We're gonna keep getting together. We're gonna keep telling these stories because it's important. We have to. The media is not gonna do it. They are under the same narrative as these politicians. They're in cahoots together. So we have to do our part. It's really important. And it started right here. And that's where, like somebody mentioned earlier, some of those first gun control legislation came from, because they didn't want people that look like me having a right to protect and defend myself. Where are the freaking police? I don't see them. You the police?
I said nerve.
Oh. I don't see the police.
Any RP, sir?
They're probably down there somewhere. Down there somewhere. For some people, for some reason, people won't believe it. A armed society is a polite society. Because now the police don't see I got firepower too. Alright? So no, I don't beg. I don't grovel. I don't know about y'all. I don't even kneel. That's just me. But I do defend my life. And so we are here and we need to defend ourselves, defend our communities, defend our families. And we need to talk about it loudly. So yeah, y'all, I think, yeah, that's it. Like, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Jafar, for even having me. But this is a big deal. And these are the stories that I want to get out more, because it's being purposefully done. They're hiding this from us. And it's a new time. It's a new day. No, we're not with the gun control BS. We're not with it. So, again, my name is Rhonda Mary. Thank y'all.
I don't know if I think you got water in it. Y'all hear me? Yeah. All right. Coming to a conclusion. I don't know if I missed anybody. We are have to make a phone call for Mr. Joe Spike Coheen, who's Libertarian Vice President, show nominee, who was supposed to be in Brown. I have not held my phone to head that. Maybe you have some news for me? So you said about 6:20, he'll be touching down. It's what time now? 5:50? All right. Next up we'll have, from BLM 757, 10-year Army veteran. Y'all give it up for the Army veteran. Y'all gotta give it up. Love it. So as you see, she's packing the 10 years. Yeah. 10 years.
10 years.
Let's go 10 years. It seems like a working game. You want to try it?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Can y'all hear me all right? Loud voice-ish. But my name is Rochelle. I'm from Richmond, Virginia originally, you know. I was in the Army for 10 years. I got out right before Trump got elected. Well, right after Trump got elected. People asked me like why I didn't re-up, because it was like, you know, you did 10 years, you might as well go to full 20. But I was also a guardsman. And so I knew that if shit hit the fan, like I thought and knew shit was gonna hit the fan, like when he deployed the Virginia National Guard down to Richmond and to Virginia Beach, that I would be on the wrong side of some shit that I already knew that I wasn't not gonna be on. Like I would get, you know, then that would go, there goes my benefits or whatever if I get kicked out or on, you know, saying it's just, it wasn't, I was becoming too much more of an individual to be in the military anymore. But I absolutely believe in carrying. I absolutely believe in our rights. We just have to come together. I come from a household where me and my brother, we led two separate different lives. My brother's in jail right now, locked up. And so I feel like if he didn't feel like he had to get that protection from gangs and get that protection from the streets, because he didn't feel protected in our single family household, you know, saying run by my mother, like he didn't have anywhere else to go. And so that's why we're out here. That's what we're fighting for, to bring awareness, to bring the community together, to protect ourselves, to arm ourselves, so that way we don't feel like we got to do a whole bunch of extra shit to feel like we need each other. Like, and I love to see the unity out here. Like Rhonda mentioned, like the media doesn't want for us to trust each other. If you notice, like in the black community, we trust white people more than we trust each other. Let's keep it real. And that shit is not on accident. There is a study that was shown that the more negative shit that you hear about your own people, the more you start to take on those stereotypes and apply it against your fellow man. So we have to come together and be the ones to break that stereotype, to trust each other, to believe in each other, to motivate each other, to come together and make sure that we got each other back, because who else is going to do that shit? And so I ain't got too much more to say. You know, I appreciate everybody coming out and showing support and packing if you carry, and if you don't carry, you know, say, and make sure that you can. If it's something that's stopping you legally, you know, say, look to what you can do to take care of that shit, because I feel like every household should have a weapon. Everyone, at least one. All
right. One more time, BLM 757's on. So again. Alright, let's see, we have a few more guests just on the way, 6:20. Y'all got the time? I'm live. I don't know what time it is. It is. That's what time it is. So, with that being said, I'm going to give the mic over to my brother here, Mr. Mike Dunn. Let him speak his piece. And it's mysterious, and now it wants to work. So this is Mr. Mike Dunn. We met here approximately July 4th of 2000 in this year. And like I said, he's been trying to dispel some false narratives that's been going around and circulating around him. And so we, as BLM 757, we are not fake, we are not phony. We stand behind alliances just as strong. So if I'm here with you in the brotherhood in people's face, I'm not going to talk shit behind your back, and I'm not going to say anything behind your back that I'm not going to say to your face. So don't come to me talking nothing about nobody if you're not willing to call that person on three-way. I just feel like that's how it should be, period. If you can call them on three-way and say exactly what it is, don't say, oh, nah, I don't want them to know. Well, shut the fuck up about me about it, because I don't lend my ears to gossip, and that's just that. So if you got something to say about somebody, say it to us, or don't say it at all. Other than that, keep it to yourself.
Thanks.
Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Mike Dunn. I'm 19 years old. I identify as a libertarian, which means I'm neither Republican nor Democrat. Now, I'm going to just go ahead and jump into some things. I served in the Marine Corps before I got injured. I was honorably discharged, and I love guns. I love firearms. Something I began studying was gun control, and it has already been mentioned plenty of times, the racist backing behind gun control. The fact that government wanted to take firearms out of the hands of black people so that they couldn't stop lynchings back in the 1880s when everybody was trying to buy Winchesters to stop that. They didn't want to be able to stop that. We've progressed on throughout the ages to now, where a lot of people give their votes to the Democratic Party, or a lot of people give their votes to the Republican Party, and I'm not here for a party thing. I'm just saying we continue to vote for a system that continues to oppress us. I'm 100% against that. I'm what's called a boogaloo boy. There's a lot of false narratives out there, but basically I believe in freedom. I believe in total freedom. I believe in we the people having the power that we were supposed to have to start with. We continue to spit, shine the boots that tread on each and every one of you and myself. I came out here on July 4th to do one thing and one thing only, and that was unite people that were not supposed to be united. I came out here to destroy the mainstream media narrative and say, as a people, regardless of race, color, creed, religion, or political identity, we could all come together and support the Second Amendment. And we did that, and the media hated it. Facts. They didn't know how to depict it. They didn't know how to depict when me and Pop stood here and held hands and raised them in the air because they hadn't seen it before. They wanted to say, oh, look, it's an armed white guy. He's far right. Oh, look, it's an armed black guy. He's a militant. No, we're freaking Americans. You need to exercise your right to carry every day. Because if you don't exercise your right, that right's going to be taken. We like to sit here and have this mentality of, well, we'll vote in somebody to change this, or we'll vote in somebody to do that. I don't know if y'all have noticed or not, but the politicians ain't doing nothing for us. They do not care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. They don't care about him. They don't care about me. They don't care about you. The only people that care about you are your brothers and sisters who are standing next to you today that are armed to the teeth. Like I told Pops here, and I told many other people, there are political subjects that I may not agree with you on, but I agree with your right to have those beliefs, and I would give my life for each and every one of you. So as I'm standing out here today, and I'm going to cut this speech short, as I'm standing out here today, I want you to know that I love each and every one of you. As Americans, putting political identities aside, and the narrative that mainstream media continues to feed us as they try to divide us. Put that stuff aside. Mix and mingle. Talk to somebody. Open up that dialogue. Converse. And realize that we have a lot more in common when we talk than what people would realize. We all sit at home and we watch the news just like me. I'm a white kid raised in the country flying the rebel flag growing up. I've said some pretty dumb stuff. About a year ago, I began coming out of that box and forming viewpoints for myself. I marched with BLM after the media told me that BLM was a terrorist organization. I marched with BLM. I watched the white college kids smash windows, and I watched BLM get blamed for that. Because I stepped out. Instead of listening to the media, I stepped out, and I opened up that dialogue with my brothers. I opened up that dialogue with my sisters. All I'm asking is that you do the same today. Regardless of your political identity, open up that conversation. Put the media narratives behind you, because their goal is to divide, because when we're divided, it creates a story. I stood in the middle of the Lee Circle, and I had a woman hollering in my face, asking me why I was there, and all the cameras were taking pictures. But the minute some brothers got behind me and started going back at her, the cameras were pointed at the ground. Yep. That's what they don't want to see. They don't want to see this out here. They don't want to see a brother armed. They don't want to see a sister armed. They don't want to see a white man armed standing together, because we're not against each other. We're against a system that continues to destroy each and every one of you. So I want to thank every one of you for coming out. Clap for you. Hey, don't clap for me. Clap for yourself, because you're doing something that you're not supposed to do. You're doing something that they have told you for the past 200 years you cannot do. Don't clap for me. Clap for yourselves, because this is groundbreaking. This has not been done. We're going to be here on Tuesday. We're meeting at the Capitol, and we're marching to the Science Center. We're going to march for the first time in gun owner history. We're going to hold a march, and we're going to march through the streets. And I hope you're out here, because we're going to continue destroying that narrative. Put those political identities aside. Talk to each other. I love each and every one of you. And I'm going to borrow that statement that the Black Panther Party there in the back, they said earlier, and it has been said, power to the people, because you are the people, and this is our America, each and every one of ours. Thank you for coming out. I love each and every one of you, and power to the people. Six Semper Tyrannis, stuff's always the power.
Very passionate young man right here. I fool with Mike. I fuck with Mike. I fuck with you, bro. You're my bro, man. I swear to God. You get a Christmas ham or something's happening. But yeah, again, I like to give history lessons. Well, I don't know if I need this.
Do I need this? Am I good? Am I good? All right. So, Charlottesville, 2017. Everybody knows what happened in Charlottesville in 2017, right? So, to our knowledge, to everybody's knowledge, the patriot groups and 3%er groups are supposed to be these far-right groups who hate black people, and everything is terrible. So, after the incidents in Charlottesville occurred, there were different patriot groups that reached out to us, BLM 757, to let us know that they had dispelled anybody even going to Charlottesville. They told their members not to deploy. They do not stand with the neo-Nazis. This is what they stand for as a people. I then went on their radio show to tell them what we stood for as a people, and we found out we had a lot more in common than we had different. Again, like I said, they do have their different beliefs and disbeliefs, but the more we have the conversation, people don't understand reparations. People feel like if they offer us reparations, everybody's going to get $1 million and it's not going to be accounted for, etc. That's not how it works. Right now, there is a bill on the table. It's called H.R. 40. It is to simply study reparations and see what it would look like, as the brother spoke on before, just to study. So if your politician isn't at least willing to study the reparations, just study it, just see what it would look like, see what it would come from, realize there was 400 years of oppression and however many years of slavery and all that coming into here from since 1619, and to say that these people aren't owed anything, we people are not owed anything, is bullshit. We started from the ground, started from the mud, we built all this up, literally. This is not figuratively, this is literally. Free labor, slave labor, and nothing to show for it. Oh, well, I was out here and I worked my way to the top. Why can't you do the same thing? Because we aren't afforded the same opportunities down the timeline. If you started off on top, it's very hard to get knocked down. But if you start off at the bottom and you have to fight your way back through the famine, through the sickness, lack of health care, lack of economic stability, lack of everything that's going on around here, what are you going to do? And I also want to end the narrative that black fathers aren't in black kids' life. That is a motherfucking lie.
Yes, it is.
Statistically, they are the most
Leave that in the, I don't even know when. But all of my friends, all of my homies are in their kids' lives.
Yes, sir.
Everybody, other than that, everybody's in their kids' life. We don't fool people who don't fool their own kids. So let's just spill that rumor as well. But like I said, that's my piece. But we want to know how these conversations started. Like, well, why are y'all associating with far this and far that, and left down left, right down right, A, B, A, C, A, B, B? Just starts sounding like a video game cheat code. What are all these things y'all are naming to me? To actually understand this political science, you do have to actually study political science, and it's a lot to take in. If you just watch the news an hour a day, it might not be enough. You really have to dig deep into these crates because the media only puts out what they want you to know. They don't want to put out there what's actual, factual, and lay everything out on the even playing field. If they, like Fox News, they more so represent the Republicans, so they're going to put everything in the Republican positive light. CNN, they more so stand for Democrats, so they're going to put everything in that light. There is no party standing for the libertarians, at least trying to give them a voice, even though they're out here putting in work as well, and they have policies, and they're fighting to make sure things happen too. Let's end all the party lines. Because to me, when I think party, I think of a good time. I don't know about y'all, but what is there to celebrate when lives are being taken? What is there to celebrate when we don't have equality? What is there to celebrate when people are dying daily for all these different things? There's nothing to celebrate. This ain't no damn party. These are lives at stake. So with that being said, like I said again, we got a few more minutes till our last speaker comes. I encourage everybody to coordinate, exchange phone numbers. We're BLM757 on Instagram and Twitter. I would love to have anybody card to have one. We can make this an annual thing. Like I said, everybody will be out here Tuesday because they're having that special session. There's the next lobby day, but just let's make sure we're involved. What different? There's a lot of different things. So we'll have everybody. It'll be online. No, some stuff starts around 12. Some stuff starts around 10. Some stuff will be here. Some stuff will be at the Siegel Center. So we'll post any information we have on our social media, and we'll take it from there. But it's gonna be real. Another thing we're trying to form is the 757-804 coalition. So we have our lawmakers. We have the numbers down there in the 757 to make things shake. Y'all have the numbers up here to make things shake. There's gonna be no issue taking over the state because what happens on the western part of Virginia, nobody actually knows. But the 757 and the 804. That's what we know is pretty much running things as far as political and that type of stuff. That's just my knowledge. Maybe you can name me that little city that's on the boot of Virginia, and I don't know what it's called. Never been over there. Had no interest in going. But hey, yeah. So if you have anybody else that would like to speak in a positive light, we're just waiting, like I said, until Mr. Spike arrives, and then we shall go from there. You want to speak some peace? Get some water, Pringles, maybe.
Take a brief intermission.
Little brief intermission real quick. Like I said, we'll come back. So Mr. Spike, and like I said, is it too late for a group picture? Everybody here? Can we take one of those?
take it out?
Yeah, she's over there.
Where?
She was over there with
All black what?
That's all. Don't worry about it.
I want this thing too. Oh no, I was waiting for. I thought he said, "Yo, are you doing a group picture?" We're on the blackout.
Group picture.
You can still fire like that, but it's not gonna be that that kick on Arizona. That's going through that barrier right there.
Yeah, man. Check. Let's make this an annual thing. We're gonna have a rain location next time where we're just gonna bring out big ass tents. It's ironic the rain would have been like right at 3 and everybody's already like, it's getting soggy.
Yeah. I'm proud.
Appreciate all y'all for coming. Who did come? We're not sugar and spice. Nobody's melting.
Right.
So.
If anybody would like a group?
If anybody would like to get a group photo, cool. If not, no. Okay.
Pop.
Oh, my fault.
Ready? Guns and bullets. Guns and bullets.
All right.
Guys, I want to get a photo with you.
Yeah.
Come on.
All are welcome in this photograph.
All are welcome. All are welcome.
You got it.
And they say send it to me.
Right.
Send it to me.
I never get them.
I never get the damn pictures.
So you know you're tall. I don't know why you're trying to be in the front. Yes, there we go. Hey, put the knees to work, bro.
Give us a direction. 1, 2, 3.
Right, I don't know where to look. I'm just looking straight ahead, as center as possible.
Look at them all. Look at them all.
Just scan it.
Everybody left. Everybody right. Center. Proud to be out here with y'all.
Thank you guys.
Happy that this is taking place.
Toes hurting. Where we at?
Yeah.
Happy that we're bridging this gap, y'all.
Absolutely.
All right, 1, 2, 3, up.
Done. Can't hold it for too long.
Y'all good? Y'all good? Everybody good? Everybody good? Everybody got their picture? Okay. We can move.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it. That's his name.
Shit. God damn it. It doesn't like it's done.
What's up,
I don't know.
Appreciate you being down.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Y'all coming out, man. Glad to be a part of it. We all a part of this shit, man. That's right. Got to be. Got to be.
Do you think Frank strap help you out with that shirt?
Right.
Strap it like a body shop.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But there's a brother over there that he actually builds his own shit. He got an AR-10. Hey, he got it locked up on his chest. Straight up, like it's locked.
I hear you guys got something going on in City Center.
Run with it there.
There's supposed to be a gun rally in City Center, 23rd.
It's a problem.
It's on Facebook. Yeah.
Virginia Beach?
No, City Center, Newport News.
Newport News, yeah.
Supposed to be something going on big out there.
We with it. ETA 20 minutes, but I always like to put this out there. If you see somebody talking shit about anybody out here, make sure y'all defend them. Don't just be out here like, you know what I'm saying, we cool here, we taking pictures, and then y'all let somebody sway y'all. Let these people's own merits, judge people by their principles and what you actually experience. We got ETA 20 minutes. I'm gonna go get me some water.
I'm feeling parched.
I am a bit parched. Like somebody got that goodery. Any water? Good. Any? He said he'll be here in 20 minutes. He just called me.
All right. I love your shirt. It's really awesome.
Where'd they go? Where the girls go? Maybe still over there. Yeah, I'm about to end this live for now. Y'all, I'm about to
Appreciate you coming out here.
Thank you for being here, man. Y'all about to end this live, and we'll be back when the guest speaker arrives in about 20 minutes. We're gonna congregate, so thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be back in about 20 minutes. Peace.